Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hope you're doing well. We're continuing our wonderful reading of Friedrich Nietzsche's Thus Spoke Zarathustra. It has been nerdy, insightful, fun, and a bit controversial at times, which makes for good reading. This section is titled The Dancing Song. So, let's see how it goes. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. One evening, Zarathustra walked through a forest with his disciples, and as he sought a well, behold, he came upon a green meadow, silently surrounded by trees and shrubs, and upon it girls were dancing with each other. As soon as the girls recognized Zarathustra, they ceased dancing. But Zarathustra walked up to them with a friendly gesture and spoke these words. Do not cease dancing, you lovely girls. No killjoy has come to you with evil eyes. No enemy of girls. God's advocate I am before the devil. But the devil is the spirit of gravity. How could I, you light-footed ones, be an enemy of godlike dances? Or of girls' feet with pretty ankles? Well, someone has a foot fetish. It's pretty bizarre, Nietzsche. Indeed, I am a forest and a night of dark trees. But he who is not afraid of my darkness will also find rose slopes under my cypresses. And he will also find the slopes under my cypresses. And he will also find the little god whom girls like best. Besides the well, he lies still, with his eyes shut. Verily, in bright daylight, he fell asleep, the sluggard. Did he chase after butterflies too much? Do not be angry with me, you beautiful dancers, if I chastise the little god a bit. Seems kind of fairyish and fantastical in a way. It's pretty strange. Like Fantasia. Weird. Like sprites and fairies and whatnot. He may cry and weep, but he is laughable, even when he weeps, and with tears in his eyes he shall ask you for a dance. He'll prance about like a little fairy, and I myself will sing a song for his dance, a dancing and mocking song, on the spirit of gravity, on the spirit of gravity. My supreme and most powerful devil, of whom they say that he is the master of the world. A powerful and supreme devil? That's weird. And this is the song that Zarathustra sang while Cupid and the girls danced together. It's very Greek-like. In your eyes I looked recently, O life, and into the unfathomable. I then seemed to be sinking. But you pulled me out with a golden fishing rod, and you laughed mockingly when I called you unfathomable. Thus runs the speech of all fish. You said, what they do not fathom is unfathomable, but I am merely changeable. So notice this, unfathomable, merely changeable. And wild, and a woman in every way. So it's kind of comparing a woman to being changeable. A snake sheds its skin. And not virtuous, even if you men call me profound. Faithful, eternal, and mysterious, but you men always present us with your own virtues. Oh, you virtuous men. Thus she laughed, the incredible one, but I never believed her, and her laughter when she speaks ill of herself. And when I talked in confidence with my wisdom, she said to me in anger, you will. You want, you love. That is the only reason why you praise life. What is life? Life is to will something. It's to want, it's to love. Without those three things, are you alive? Right? I almost answered wickedly and told the angry woman the truth. And there is no more wicked answer than telling one's wisdom the truth. For thus matters stand among the three of us. Deeply I love only life, and verily, most of all, when I hate life. But that I am well disposed towards wisdom, and often too well. That is, because she reminds me so much of life. She has her eyes, her laugh, and even her little golden fishing rod. Is it my fault that the two look so similar? So, the eyes, the laugh, and a golden fishing rod. It's like the fishing analogy, like there's bait on the end of that. And once a fish is caught, it's really at the mercy of the fisherman. Take it by its tail and whack it, or put it in the cooler to wiggle and suffocate. And when life once asked me, "Who is this wisdom?" I answered fervently, "Oh yes, wisdom. One thirsts after her, and is never satisfied. One looks through veils, one grabs through nets. Is she beautiful? How should I know? But even the oldest carps are baited with her." Oldest carps, that's funny. Carp fish don't taste good. She is changeable and stubborn. Often I have seen her bite her lip and comb her hair against the grain. Perhaps she is evil and false and a female in every way. Ouch, tell me how you really feel. He said a female in every way. What is this, a red pill? But just when she speaks ill of herself, she is most seductive. Self-deprecation is a bit odd. When I said this to life, she laughed sarcastically and closed her eyes. "Of whom are you speaking?" she asked. "No doubt of me, and even if you are right, should that be said to my face?" That's funny. Even if you're right, should that be said to my face? But now speak of your wisdom too. Ah, then you opened your eyes again, O beloved life. And again I seemed to myself to be sinking into the unfathomable. Again he's mentioning sinking into the unfathomable here. Thus sang Zarathustra, but when the dance was over, and the girls had gone away, he grew sad. "The sun has set long ago," he said at last. "The meadow is moist and chill comes from the woods. Something unknown is around me and looks thoughtful. What? Are you still alive, Zarathustra? Why? What for? By what? Whither? Where? How? Is it not folly still to be alive? Alas, my friends, it is the evening that asks thus through me. Forgive me my sadness. Evening has come. Forgive me that evening has come." Thus spoke Zarathustra. So evening, mentioning the evening. So the setting of something. Because, like dancing under the sun, right? This kind of nymph, fairy, cupid baloney is Romanesque. Romanticism, right? Like a romantic era painting. So you see this sort of light-hearted, kind of Greek Roman paganism in terms of how the women prancing in nature is, because he mentions a green meadow, right? So meadows, like there's flowers, there's, grass. It's not jagged cliffs and rocks and caverns and caves. It's a very pleasant mood. And most meadows have few predators. And then silently surrounded by trees and shrubs. So there's forestry, but there's silence. And there's these pretty girls who are happy in their zone. And then he shows up and they're like, ah. But he says he's not a killjoy. Light-footed. It's pretty strange. It's like the innocent dancing, being afraid of what approaches, You'll see like a baby deer happily jumping around. Human shows up, the mom deer's like, we gotta run. So this sort of like, don't fear me. It's a little weird, you know? The changeable, unfathomable, praising of life because you will, you want, you love. And then speaking of virtues, mystery, eternal. So the mentioning of the eternal, but then you see sinking into the unfathomable. Seduction is mentioned, oldest carp, fishing rod, her eyes, laughter. Something is there. So this rod, it almost sounds like that beauty is, getting its hook into the mouth of a man. I often make this analogy like lust. It's like putting a hook in the man's mushroom tip and pulling him like he's controlled. Any man who's controlled by lust and the beauty of women is not in control of himself, regardless of how red pill he is. The golden fishing rod, it's like the beauty that it can catch you. It's like this trap in a way too, because the fish can't escape the line very well. Look at like a swordfish hook. I used to have a bunch because I thought they looked really cool. But man, they're a thick iron hook, pointy, right through there, It's fascinating. And they wiggle and they splash in the water. And they're out of their element once they're pulled up. So for a woman to be, it's like this sort of, the women are this bait. And they have a golden fishing rod. So golden, metal, doesn't break as easy. Some fish are so strong they can escape because they snapped the line or broke your rod, right? But if something is golden, it's like this symbology of like the perfect fishing rod that doesn't fail you. So you're not getting away, fish. These women dancing. He's saying, not gonna chastise you. Mentions the night of the dark trees. So this is contrast of these light-hearted, pretty women, and then mentioning the devil, darkness, cypresses, sluggard, chase after butterflies too much. It's a little bit weird, You see a little bit of Nietzsche's romanticism coming through with such a character, but it's unique nonetheless. Not too much to say about that reading. I'm not really into love allure lines very much, but I know some people are. That fantastical, whimsical energy is no. But again, a good writer can add variety into their work so that you never know what's coming next with him, right? So far he's had lots of sections that have vast variation, which is interesting. Okay, fam, was a shorter one, but nice. If you'd like to join my blog, it's www.subscribestar.com/MilhanArchive. Fundraising for a book holder and a wall veil panel thing. And if you can donate to the blog, that'd be great. I'm not monetized, and that would be nice if I crowdfund for that, because it's basically those two items, because they're durable and made to last. It's about $500, taxes and shipping. So I need some help with those educational products, and you get exclusive content on the blog. Not videos, but writing stuff for those who like to read. Take care, fam. See you later.